is for all.
Imagine waking up tomorrow in your exact same house, only to realize your spouse doesn't exist, your kid was never born, and everyone you know thinks you're a genius scientist who's been missing for over a year. Spooky, right? Well, grab a snack, because today we are breaking down the absolute mind bend that is episode 1 of Dark Matter. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. If you love parallel universes, high-stakes mystery, and existential dread, you are in the exact right place. Let's dive into what actually happened in this premiere and unravel what it all means. A quiet life in Chicago. So, our story starts on a pretty eerie note. A mysterious man walks through a pitch-black, abandoned space, holding nothing but a flashlight, until he eventually finds this massive, strange metal box sitting in the dark. No explanations yet, just total creepy vibes to set the mood. Before boom, we cut to a totally normal, cozy suburban morning in Chicago. Meet Jason Dessen. Jason seems like your average, wholesome family guy, helping his teenage son Charlie with math homework, making coffee for his wife Daniela, and giving Charlie classic, heartfelt dad advice on the drive to school. While driving, Jason gets a call from his old buddy, Ryan Holder. Ryan is buzzing with excitement because he just won the prestigious Pavia Prize in neuroscience, but he flat out tells Jason that Jason was actually the one who deserved to win it. Jason pushes the compliment back and tells Ryan he earned it, but Ryan insists they have to celebrate at a local bar in Logan Square called the Village Tap tonight. Schrodinger's cat and regrets. Now, we start getting a peek under the hood of Jason's life. He goes to his job at Lakemont College, where he teaches physics, explaining the concept of Schrodinger's cat. You know, the famous thought experiment where a cat in a sealed box is technically both alive and dead until someone opens it to look. His college students are looking at him with pure boredom and sarcasm, which tells you everything you need to know about where Jason's career is at. He's a brilliant physicist, but he's stuck teaching introductory classes to kids who couldn't care less. Meanwhile, Daniela is at an art gallery talking with her friend Blair, and you can feel this underlying sense that Daniela, much like Jason, put some of her big career dreams on hold to build their quiet life together. That evening, the Dessens are having a quiet family dinner, when Daniela notices Jason's phone blowing up with texts from Ryan. Jason tries to brush it off, saying family night is sacred, but Daniela calls him out on it gently, reminding him that Ryan specifically chose their local neighborhood spot because he wanted Jason there, so she encourages him to go grab a drink. The tempting offer and the kidnapping. Jason heads over to the Village Tap, and the atmosphere is electric. Ryan is surrounded by a group of super smart scientists, and as the crowd thins out, Jason and Ryan get into a heart-to-heart. Ryan's prize was awarded for his groundbreaking work identifying the prefrontal cortex as a consciousness generator, and he reveals he's launching a brand new neurotech company in San Francisco, explicitly asking Jason to come work with him. Jason hesitates, because moving means uprooting his family, but Ryan makes Jason promise to at least pitch the idea to Daniela before giving a final answer. And this is where things take a dark, terrifying turn. Jason walks home alone in the dark, ignoring a call from Daniela and narrowly avoiding getting hit by a cab, when out of nowhere, a masked, hooded figure jumps him at gunpoint and shoves him into a car. The kidnapper forces Jason to drive, asking really specific, personal questions like his phone's passcode and what he and Ryan talked about at the bar. They pull up to an abandoned location, where the kidnapper forces Jason to strip down and dress in different clothes. Jason tries to fight back, but the attacker overpowers him and sticks a needle right into his neck. As Jason's vision starts to blur, the assailant opens a small box, looks at Jason, and asks a chilling question. "Are you happy with your life?" Jason slurs out, "Who are you?" And the kidnapper simply replies, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." Waking up in a new reality. When Jason finally wakes up, he isn't in a dark alley. He's lying on a medical table in a high-tech facility, surrounded by scientists in full gear running tests on him like he's an alien artifact. They blast him with a high-pressure shower, scrub him down, and lock him in a sterile, windowless quarantine room, until a woman walks in and pulls him into a massive, emotional hug. Jason is completely baffled because he has no idea who she is. And when she realizes he doesn't recognize her, she's visibly shocked. She introduces herself as Amanda, telling him his lab results came back clean and leading him to meet Leighton Vance. Now, Jason actually knows Leighton, but he hasn't seen him in years, Except in this facility, Layton is the CEO of a place called Velocity Labs, Amanda is the head lab psychiatrist, and get this, Jason is the chief science officer and co-founder. Layton tells him something even crazier. Jason is the only one who has ever returned, and he's been missing for 14 months and 10 days. Jason desperately explains his real night. Drinks with Ryan, teaching at Lakemont, his wife Daniela, his son Charlie. But to Layton and Amanda, this sounds like complete madness or severe psychological trauma. Sensing he's in danger, Jason makes a break for it, sprinting through the facility while a night watchman helpfully opens the door for him because he recognizes Jason as the boss. The vanishing family. Jason frantically hails a taxi and gives the driver his home address, 44 Eleanor Street in Logan Square. But when he runs up to his house and bursts through the door, he is hit with a wall of confusion. The entire interior of the house is totally redesigned, looking modern, sleek, and unrecognizable. And then Amanda walks in. Jason is screaming, asking what she's doing in his home and where Daniela and Charlie are. But Amanda looks at him like he's lost his mind, telling him that she lives there with him and that Jason has never been married. He doesn't have a wife, and he doesn't have a son. Before Jason can even process the horrifying reality that his family seemingly doesn't exist, cars start pulling up outside, so a panicked Jason bolts out the back door into the night. The ultimate twist and unraveling the multiverse. Now, hold on to your seats, because here is the ultimate twist of the episode. While the Jason we've been following is fleeing into the dark, another Jason casually walks through the front door of 44 Eleanor Street in the warm, cozy, familiar version of the reality. Daniela is standing there, annoyed with him for being late and ignoring her calls. But this Jason is surprisingly smooth, laying on the charm and winning her over. He tells her about Ryan's job offer, but then asks her if she remembers what he told her all those years ago when they first met. Daniela smiles and quotes him, "You said that at the end of your life, you would rather have memories of me than of a cold, sterile lab." They head upstairs and start making out, but as Daniela pulls at his shirt, she notices a fresh bandage wrapped around his arm, right where the kidnapper injected our main Jason. She looks at him, confused, and asks what happened. And with a subtle, sinister smile, he looks at her and uses the exact same line the kidnapper used earlier. "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." Our nerdy thoughts. Chills, right? What a setup. So, let's break down what just happened. The Jason who was kidnapped was the family man, the guy who chose love and a quiet life over his scientific career. The kidnapper was actually an alternate universe version of Jason, a Jason who chose science over love, built a multi-million-dollar technology at Velocity Labs, and figured out how to travel across dimensions. Tech genius Jason was unhappy with his cold, sterile life, so he built a box to jump into a reality where he could steal the life of the Jason who chose Daniela. He injected our main Jason, swapped places with him, and dumped our poor family man Jason into the high-tech reality he left behind. It's the ultimate trade, but done through total psychological theft, showing that Schrodinger's cat wasn't just a fun physics lecture at the beginning of the episode, but the foreshadowing for the entire plot. Jason's life split into two distinct paths, and now those two paths are colliding in the wildest way possible. What did you think of this premiere? Do you think original Jason can figure out how to get back to his universe and reclaim his family? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'd love to read what you think. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our recap of episode 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next reality.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.